I turned to the famous University of Haifa. And then the rector, who was, by the way, a lecturer of me, with 3 courses of only 95 and 96 in the second also. And I just asked him why and if the University of Haifa, the Noble University of Haifa, does not enter to this business. And then he answered me that the university has only academical responsibility and nothing juridically. And then I asked him, just tell me if in a case I made this thesis out in the street, didn't I have supervisor from the university that by chance was also the chairman of the department, a professor? Or did not 3 professors check this thesis? And besides, I just asked him personally because we were good friends until then. Don't you believe me? Do you take me like a liar suddenly because until this moment you never told me anything like this? I am not your teacher now, was the answer. I am your rector. Two and a half years later, then I finished my thesis. Why do I tell you this? Because in the newspapers of Israel that always only tell the truth, it was written that Teddy Katz made his thesis with the money of the PLO. Not less, not more. I wouldn't say anything if it was truth, because I don't think that it is a crime. But it is a crime to lie. And this was not the truth. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that beginning to make a research that brings the voice of the Palestinians ahead out of this war that never was before, all of the establishment begin to be very straight towards the government, beginning with the university, what we call academia, going on with the court law, going on with the press, and of course, because of all of this, going on with the holy public that always say, it was written in the paper, they said it in the news, impossible that it won't be true, the whole truth. What happened was that the trial began. People didn't believe that I am able to go on with this. And my cousin, that was my first lawyer, wanted me to meet those people of Alexandroni and to find a solution. In the second day, I felt very bad. I wanted very much to think that he was carried about my health. But I'm sorry to tell you, my cousin, my very dear cousin, was also a high officer in the Israeli Holy Army. And he always told me that he does not want to arrive at the moment that those Palestinians that I interviewed will arrive to climb on the stage in the court law and begin telling what they do remember from this war. He said it is going to be a very sad day for all of us if this will happen. Remembering this, it was problematic for me to think that only my health was his worries. Anyway, we met those lawyers of the other side, the lawyer, the owner of the law office of 18 lawyers, said always that he voluntarily defend those heroes of Alexandroni, but he just forgot. You know, people sometimes forget. He just forgot to tell people that he is by chance married to the daughter of one of the higher commanders of those heroes of Alexandroni that conquered Tantura at that day. He took all of his 18 lawyers to check all the cassettes that I recorded. I was never told by my supervisor to record, but I was sure that it's very important to record people of 70, 75 years telling what happened then, not only massacre, everything of 50 years ago. It's important according to what I thought and think nowadays also, talking about history. Now, I was such a liar that I not only told them that I recorded everything. No one obligated me to record anything. But I was such a kind of a liar, I told them the cassettes are here. Not more, not less. Now, unfortunately, the tape recorder that I worked with in 135 interviews, which is much more cassettes, that sometimes it happened that cassette was finished and the red light was not functioning any longer, and the noise when the cassette finishes also didn't work. So a few times it happened that it was not recorded everything, while I wrote also notes in about 180 pages. And 2 sentences, I'm talking about 2 sentences, taken every one of them from 2 hours, 2.5 hours interview. 2 sentences did not appear in the cassettes. With these 2 sentences, those lawyers were dancing a whole festival in the court law, making a big show. This is an historian, and telling all of these examples of 2 sentences. Already then I knew that nothing serious is there. My cousin wanted to finish it. We arrived at the other lawyer, my wife and me, with my cousin at 6 o'clock in the evening, and there began a kind of negotiation, mainly between the university lawyer's wife, who was a kind of making bridges, and between us. At the beginning, I saw the same letter that they wanted me to sign months ago. And then I told them nothing to trust to speak about. With the time, they changed it. They changed all kinds of words, but the main content did not change. Unfortunately, at 1:45 to midnight, and who knows if it has to do with that brain stroke, but at 1:45 to night, something happened and I signed this letter. 10 minutes later, when we were on our way back to my cousin's office, I told him, please let me free from this letter. I don't know what happened to my mind, but I am not there. This is not me who signed this letter, and please let me free of it. During that evening, by the way, the very honorable lawyer of the University of Haifa took my wife to the side and told her, why do you have to need all of these headaches, all of committee of investigation of all of this story? Just tell your husband to sign the letter and that's it, and go on making his doctorate. While knowing he, better than everyone else, being a lawyer, academic lawyer, that signing anything means no doctorate and no thesis also. But he wanted to make a kind of stress on my wife, who I don't blame in anything. She just wanted to go out of this business like all the family that is suffering since then until this very day from all kinds of very unpleasant telephone calls like, where is your husband? My husband is not at home. Where did he go? Is he in Tantura with the death of the village? Why don't you join them? And when my children or my wife receive such telephone calls like this, after losing already one daughter, it's not very, very nice and not very pleasant and not very easy also.